Jon Jones is a massive problem for the UFC. Let me explain. Look, we've got a man, Tom Aspinall, young Englishman, on absolute tear right now. Absolute tear. Look, no one can make it past round one, albeit apart from Andrei Arlovsky. Got submitted in the second round. No one seems to be able to make it past the first round. The UFC has a superstar on their hands. They can market this man extremely well, but Dana White has dropped the ball. Why? Because he wants to protect Mr. Jon Bones Jones. Jon Jones is the greatest fighter of all time. He is number one pound for pound. Islam Makhachev needs more title defenses. Glaze, glaze, glaze. Yes, we acknowledge the fact that Jon Jones was on an absolute tear back in his prime. He was doing extremely well when he came into the UFC. Phenomenal. Probably greatest fighter of all time. That loss does not count. But if we look at some of his most recent fights, Stipe Miocic, yes? A washed Stipe, 40 however years old he was, coming off from a vicious knockout loss to Francis Ngannou in 2021. He beat a Cyril Gane that isn't seasoned. He's still a fresh heavyweight. He does not have knockout power. He doesn't seem to have the skills. He was in stardom when he was in the cage with Jon Jones. He arguably lost, or it was a draw against Dominic Reyes. A split decision against Thiago Santos. And he beat Anthony Smith by unanimous decision. We all know Anthony Smith is a journeyman, not much of a fighter. So when we go back to his most impressive win, probably Alexander Gustafsson, 2018, 7 years ago. What is Jon Jones doing? God knows, man. God knows. So touching on one of my previous points here, as you know, Dana White always glazes, Jon Jones, the best fighter of all time. Jon Jones, that little bold nonce. Yeah, I call him a bold nonce for a reason. We acknowledge his accolades. We acknowledge that he's got an impressive win streak and impressive title defense and light heavyweight. But he is clearly ducking a young man. He is clearly ducking the next champion in the division. You can't have a guy defend his interim belt over and over again. It's just embarrassing. It tarnishes the beautiful sport of MMA. It makes the UFC as an organization look weak. You can't have Dana just protecting his little child, his little son. He's taken a long break before. He said he's moving up to heavyweight. We accepted it. Cool, you're moving up to heavyweight. Moved up to heavyweight, dispatched Cyril Gane in fashion. After, what was it, a year? After a very, very long time of waiting, when he fought Gane, a year and a half later, he beats a washed Miocic. Stipe Miocic, firefighter, washed, 40-something years old, in his mid-40s. He beat him. And now he just refuses to fight. I don't understand. I don't understand what Dana White is doing. Does he want to run his company into the ground? Does he want to tarnish UFC? Oh, it was a bit of an exaggeration from my part. The UFC won't be run to the ground with just one fighter, with just an example of Jon Jones. But his long absences, inactivity, come on, man. What are we doing here? Strip him, call it a day, make Cyril Gane versus Tom Aspinall. There we go. Banger of a fight right there. I mean, Gane might not have the knockout power to take out Aspinall, but it's an interesting fight. It's an interesting fight in the heavyweight division we can make. My oh my. Let's quickly go back onto his tweet here. Yeah, so we've got a fella on Twitter saying, how does it feel to be retired? And Jon Jones says, I don't know if I want to call it retired. I feel like I always have an ability to pop out and show him. Oh, so tough. I've had many breaks throughout my career. My identity outside of fighting is well intact. I'm genuinely enjoying life. I'm growing in different ways. So when you're coming out on Twitter and you're putting out a tweet like this, why can't you just communicate this with the fans? Why can't you just communicate this with the UFC, with Hunter, with Sean Shelby, and with Dana White, and say, look, I'm done. I'm vacating my belt. I'm finished. I'm moving on from fighting. I don't understand this obsession of holding the belt. He's like a little drama queen. He's like a little child, just clutching onto his pals, clutching onto his toys. He's holding someone else's toy in his hands right now. It does not belong to him anymore. When you hold the belt for that long and you refuse to acknowledge a certain fighter in your division, you're a child. You should be stripped. You should be taken off your possessions and you should move on. We should just forget about you because you're just tarnishing your own legacy at this point. Cool, impressive win streak, an incredible amount of title defenses, youngest ever UFC champion. But there's going to come a point where people will just recognize you for your ducking, because that's what your name's going to be attached to, then your legacy, then your potential GOAT status. I really don't understand what Dana White is trying to do with Jon Jones right now. For him to just not come out and say, look, we're stripping Jon Jones, making a new fight here. Cyril versus Tom Aspinall, done deal, contract signed. I don't get it. I really don't. I can understand that there's some sort of loyalty. I can understand that, Dana White probably feels obliged to support Jon Jones after being in the company for so long, since 2008? Was it 2008? Yeah, August 2008. So 15 years. 15 years in the UFC. He's a company man, relatively. Gave the company some problems, but also brought in his own form of promotion as well with the breaking news. So what is it with Dana White? He's been in the UFC for 15 years, so I guess you think you owe him some sort of loyalty, some sort of respect. But you're losing out on a cash cow in Tom Aspinall. You could build a card around Tom, headline it really well, that he's a knockout artist and no one seems to go past the second round. So no one seems to go past the first round out, just bar one person. Market it really well. You've got Cyril gone, pretty marketable fighter. And you've got a banger of a fight right there, banger of a pay-per-view. So what's the hold up? God knows, man. Honestly, I don't know what to say. Because when we look at a tweet like this, yeah, when Mr. Randy Brown fan has tweeted, enjoying your last days as champ before being stripped. I see, John. And then Johnny Meat says, stripped? Lol. Do I come across as the type of person who cares about things like that? Well, to us it does. To us it really, really does, man. Jon Jones, the greatest fighter of all time. This bold prick is starting to irritate me a lot these days. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to go off on. Whatever's happening behind closed doors is clearly happening behind closed doors, because the fans are left confused. The supporters and the followers of this sport, of this organization, are left confused, including myself. And of course, McGregor Rousey too said it perfectly. Everything Jon Jones does screams of a super insecure guy trying really hard to seem secure. Couldn't have said it better. I couldn't have said it better. If you were really so comfortable in yourself, really the guy, you thought you're the best fighter of the world and whatnot, and even if you're not ready to fight Tom Aspinall, you do believe that he'll beat you, you'll say, guys, I'm retiring. I had a good run in the UFC, 15 years in the company. Thank you very much, Dana. I'm done with the sport. People would give you your roses, your flowers, your tulips, whatever you want to call it. Dana will probably come out and say, Jon Jones was the greatest fighter in my time. I miss that dude. I miss that beautiful black man. But no, you just want to act like an entitled woman, like an entitled little child, like a brat with spoiled parents that never taught him manners and decency, to just tarnish your own legacy. Because this is exactly what you're doing right now. It's a massive shame. It really is a massive shame, because in all honesty, I think it would be a much closer fight than everyone else would think. It would be a very, very good fight. I would love to see Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall. The Baldy, Mr. Nonce White, did come out comfortably and confidently saying that we will see this fight by the end of the year. It's not happening, is it, man? And I feel like I was robbed of a fight. I really was, man. We've got Conor McGregor doing chaos upon chaos. Proper Irish 12, this is my whiskey. Skit, this suit is a 3-piece suit. Don't know what's happened with Conor McGregor. I thought, he might come back. Thought Jon Jones might have a fight. Habib left us like that. Brother, I smash everyone, brother. I kill everyone, brother. Man, it's all the veterans are starting to retire. They're starting to leave the sport. And then we've got Dustin Poirier in his way out as well. It's a massive shame. It really is. If only Dana can break out his wallet and pay Jon Jones, give him a little incentive, pay him a bit more. Stumbling on my words. Just pay him a bit more money. Open that wallet. to incentivize this duck, it would help us a lot. Anyways, that's all I've got to say. Look, guys, if you agree with my take, please let me know that you do agree in the comments below. If you disagree, again, comment down below and let me know what you disagree with exactly. Please like the video because it helps push my videos out. I'm still a brand new or relatively new MMA channel, trying to get myself known into that space. Thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate you. Take care and enjoy the rest of your evening.